Hi, my name is Taylor Givens, and I will be doing my presentation on alcohol. The effects on the brain and the nervous system: it can cause the brain volume to shrink, cause slurred speech and a staggering gait, a decreased ability to do tasks, especially the ones that require a extreme focus or if you need to make a decision very quickly. It can cause mental disorders and severe damage to the brain and the peripheral nervous system, which can be irreversible. It can ultimately lead to death. And when someone is going through a withdrawal, they can have really bad effects, such as seizures when they're going through it. The effects on the liver: there can be alcoholic fatty liver, which causes an enlarged liver, alcoholic hepatitis, which is chronic inflammation within the liver, and both of these can be reversible. However, cirrhosis is not reversible. That is where scars begin to form on the liver. Effects on the blood: there can be a decreased production of red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. This can be due to heavy drinking, effects on bone marrow, which is where these blood cells are formed, which can ultimately make you be less resistant to diseases. It can develop alcoholic bleeding disorders, which can be due to the decrease in platelets and inability for the blood to clot. The effects on the heart: there can be alcoholic cardiomyopathy, which is an congestive heart failure caused by the heart muscle being replaced with fat and fiber, arrhythmias or irregular heartbeats, high blood pressure, and stroke. The effect on the fetus: if the mom is drinking while she is pregnant, it can cause spontaneous abortions, fetal alcohol syndrome, which can cause facial deformities, growth deficiency, and mental retardation. Drinking and college students: 45% of students binge drink on alcohol, and 29% of students have driven under the influence in the past month. There is an increased number of sexual assault, which also increases the chance of unwanted pregnancies and STDs. College students see this as liquid courage, which means that they use alcohol to give them courage to meet new people and become social with their peers, which ultimately heightens their college experience. It can cause academic consequences, such as falling behind, missing classes, doing poorly on exams and papers, which can cause a lower grade in the class. Some of the risks regarding alcohol: that it can cause severe dependence, damage to offspring, harms major organs and fluids in our body. There's underage drinking, which can cause alcohol dependency as an adult. Some reasons for this are that at such a young age, it can alter their genes, and it can affect development of their brain systems because their brain is not all the way developed yet. Some of the consequences of using alcohol: there are increased crime and violence. 40% of all violent crimes have to do with alcohol use. There is drunk driving. There's actually more than 1 million people each year that get a DUI due to alcohol, and almost 40% of all traffic deaths are actually alcohol related. There's increased violent incidences among college students. So over 600,000 college students are assaulted by another student under the influence, and 95% of all crimes on college campuses involve alcohol use. Some alcohol quick facts: alcohol is actually the most widely consumed drug in the world. Fermentation is actually the process of making alcohol. $266 billion of alcoholic drinks were sold in 2015, and alcohol causes 14 million cases of alcoholism in the world. The reference that I use is actually our textbook, Drugs and Society. And that is all. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed.